consider.
Hello, yes. Thanks, first of all, to all the merit leaders. I know there was a lot of work and also the expert teams. I want to mention this again. I know they have said it a lot of times, but just in case there are new people attending or it wasn't clear, we are not competing with temperate or greenhouse crops. These are individual lists that have individual rankings. There are users. We're looking for relative rankings importance, and we're looking for feasible and viable projects. And we don't need to prioritize. It's a difficult word. It's not necessary to prioritize, but if we want to do it, we're welcome to do it. Can we look at the original? This is the merit analysis score as we see it right now. Yes, so Mango was second, now is first. Now, okay, now I see it, okay. It changes quite a bit. Is there any comments about the presentations or about the merit analysis? Are there any questions for now? From Latin America, don't be shy. You can get a translation from Saul. So we can see that, let me see. Wow, coffee goes to the bottom. That's sad. Edward. Edward has a question. Go ahead, Edward.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, thank you very much for the presentation and for leading this. Just a comment, a general comment. When we are proposing a solution, I think we have to make sure first that sometime it's not already registered in some country. And I think I just saw in one of the merit analysis from Mango and on Tracknoses that one of the projects from Gowan was already registered in Dominican Republic. So might be something to consider while finalizing the merit analysis and the different points that were attributed to these pesticides. Thank you.
Well, okay, so you say that it is already registered, and we are proposing to do efficacy in Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I think the registrant just said that they were interested to register the product. In Dominican Republic, but there is already a product registered with the similar active substance. And I think in that case, that won't be interesting for the Minor Use Foundation to conduct project on a product which is already registered.
You said Mango and Tracknose, right?
Yeah, it's a Go1 product.
Okay.
The number,
review that.
number under 320. It's called Go1 10320.
Thank you. There is another question from Jeffrey Onen. Go ahead.
Yeah, Adrian, yeah, thank you for guiding the team. I just have a question on coffee.
Yes.
I see in terms of the ranking, it's quite really low.
Yes.
And yet really, when you look at the pest itself, is a very big problem for the coffee producing countries. I don't know, is it because of only the two solutions, or it could not really be explored further too? Because to my knowledge, I know IR4 should be doing some residue trial, and even you in Latin America, you're running some residue trials. And we had shown interest in also running residue trials on coffee. Can you throw more light on that?
Yes, you're right. Beetles is the most limited pest in coffee, and it's very important. And there are limited solutions to control this. And I will think that the score is so low because of there was not enough support from the registrants. Countries were interested to do studies, but we didn't get response from them. But you're right, IR4 is already working on doing, or maybe doing in the near future, work with solutions for coffee and this beetle. You're right. There are advances already. I don't know if Joe DiFrancesco is on the line. He had been in contact with actually the solution that was selected by the expert group that is in Doxacar. So there are some advances and there are some intentions to do work. You're right, but in this merit analysis that we did this time, sadly, there was not a lot of support from the registrants. But yes, I wouldn't like to see this as in the last place also.
So we have a comment from Saul Flores.
Yes,
Saul, go ahead.
Good morning, Adriana. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I have some comments from the chat from the Spanish group. First of all, Veronica Picado request maybe the combination from avocado and Phytophthora can move forward up to the ranking. This is because some countries from the region had a previous meeting and decided that is a high priority from the region, from almost all the countries. That's the first comment. And also have a request for a aclaration from Carla from Argentina. She has to remark that is a little amendment in the presentation from Mango with the combination with ceratitis, and she wants to remark that Argentina already has the capacity from the GLP conditions on the analysis that has been required.
In which one, So in which one?
Mango ceratitis.
Okay.
Mango.
We have to review. So Argentina is also interested to do some work in that solution.
Yes, and they have the analysis capacity.
Do you know which molecule is she referring to?
Let me ask her.
Maddie, could we see the whole table?
Yes, sorry, 1 second.
Sorry, Adriana, she's referring to spinosad.
Okay, so we have to include that as interesting in participating in spinosad.
And I also want to note, I'm having a hard time hearing, so if there's something I'm not capturing in the comments, just feel free to repeat it. I apologize.
Okay, so in this combination, spinosad, Argentina is interested in working in spinosad for ceratitis mango. Spinosad?
Yes, spinosad.
So that could change the ranking a little bit. Can we see the whole table, please? Carmen, do you have a question?
Quick clarification, it's spinosad / spinetoram. It's not just spinosad, you know.
Thank you. Okay. So I was wondering if nobody else has questions. Well, first of all, we
we've
did
got Adriana, we have a comment
Yep.
from Dan Kunkel.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay, thank you, Adriana. Just a quick comment about the coffee and the IR4 data. The IR4 data generally does not meet the Codex standards. We only require, I think, 5 trials in the US, and we would need a minimum of 8. So it is noted that there's a significant amount of IR4 data, but I don't believe it'll be sufficient for a Codex MRL.
Yeah, I know that Joe DiFrancesco, who is our consultant for field studies in Latin America, has been in contact with FMC to do some work in Latin America, maybe Costa Rica, Colombia, and Ecuador, but still nothing concrete, but there are some advances already. So I think we didn't address the comments that Veronica did. She said that we should increase the ranking, or is that correct, Veronica? Did you say that we should rank higher the avocado and pineapple studies because they were combined solutions for Phytophthora? Do you want to have a combined study or a high ranking in this table? Are you translating, Saul?
Yes, wait a minute.
Okay. I think pineapple already with the merit analysis is already high up. It's number 4 now.
So in the meantime, this is Venkat Peribotla with IR4. I have been working with Veronica. She's our team lead. With her permission, I'm going to make a quick comment. And regarding spinotoram, we have requested the registrant for information on that, and Carmen has kindly provided us information on spinotoram. And in earlier session, we had a comment from Iris that that we need to do residue analysis. We were not aware of that. The information that has been provided by Corteva is that we don't need to do any residue analysis on this one. However, after this meeting, based on the rates, we'll go back and work with Carmen and Corteva to ensure that we have to get that straightened out. Thank you.
So Carmen, could you confirm with us this?
I'm sorry, I got lost. Which crop are you talking about?
Tomato greenhouse.
Yeah, we do have data. I mean, unless if the use patterns, you know, will be changed, we do have existing or enough residue data. Unless if it's a need, any particular need to increase the rate or number of applications or reduce, you know, application times and safety interval.
Correct. So at this point, we do not know if we are seeking an increased rate. After this meeting, we will have to go back and work with our local partners and Carmen to determine that. And if that's a rate change on the existing label, of course, it would require residue studies. Thank you.
I do confirm we do have registrations in many countries for the use of spinotoram on tomato to specifically control tuta absoluta. Many countries.
So we have a cue from Edward Lehman. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Just one comment. I'm noticing that banana weevil were only well, it was only interest from registered in Latin America. I also received recently a comment from a research institute in Ivory Coast, and they were interested in also doing research on banana weevil. I don't know if it's relevant here, but that's also I like maybe a need to review the situation in Africa for this crop pest combination.
Okay, thank you. So we will have to review this merit analysis and maybe can, this is a question for Derek, maybe could we change the score with this new information of the merit analysis? All this new information we're getting, like Argentina and Ivory Coast, and so that means more countries, more higher scores.
Adriana, it's Dirk. I think what you're doing is wonderful, and you're drawing people into the conversation, gathering additional information. And of course, we can take that into account after the session today.
Thank you.
But probably difficult to do it during the session. So I think you should proceed as planned and and move and drive towards adjusting your ranking if needed, but also gathering additional information as you are. I'm happy to hear so many people participating.
Excellent, thank you. Thank you all. So we can look at let's see. I was wondering, I have one comment before we look at the rankings. In Dan's presentations, he said that the anthracnose in mango was a priority in the 2017, but there are no work. And they have been advancing in new molecules or new solutions. So, and here we're seeing that is the #1 priority, both in the original ranking. Oh no, sorry, the original was Bactrocera. Sorry, my mistake. So in this merit, the combination of merit analysis and the original voting will be first, but I don't know what you think to change the ranking from Bactrocera or ceratitis in mango. It was originally #1.
Adriana.
Tienes una pregunta, ¿verdad, Saúl?
Yes, it's more.
¿Tiene que ver con lo que estoy diciendo?
It's about the ranking, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a request from the Spanish group that consider that the combination of avocado Phytophthora be the first option of the ranking. To be the first one.
In the tropical, the whole tropical ranking? Because what I see is that it should be higher, but I don't see that it should be first. I don't know.
Adriana, I had a comment about the anthracnose mango.
Yes, that's what I wanted to finish.
And it wasn't just the last workshop, but also the first workshop. Anthracnose in tropical crops has always been a high priority. We've done a number of studies, but one of the comments from the last workshop was if there's any new mode of actions for control. And I can't say that there's really of the merit analysis other than the biopesticides that were listed. I can't say that they're necessarily new mode of actions that are presented. So I guess I suggest moving the mango down a few steps.
Okay.
And it seems to me that the Phytophthora tropicals has become a stronger priority.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I guess, but another question to Veronica. Do you want to be a joint project? I mean, the Phytophthora, at least in avocado and pineapple, or would you like to, are you suggesting it to be 2 different projects going up in the rankings, or a combination of these projects, at least in avocado and pineapple, since the chemical offers are being offering both avocado and pineapple?
Veronica indicates that maybe both of them have common solutions, but maybe it's better if you let them separately. They are already in a high ranking position, so the studies can be conducted in both of them.
So let's do this. We can change later, but with all the comments, let's do this. Let's choose avocado first and then pineapple second, and Phytophthora. Okay. And as Dan said, we could move anthracnose mango down, since it has been priority for so many years, and then we haven't seen really many new solutions, as he said.
Adriana,
the consideration, sorry, the consideration that you have taken for for low the mango position is because there's no new mode of action solution, no?
And also because of what Dan said, that it has been a priority for starting 2014, 2000.
But
Yeah.
Saul's right. I don't think that the products suggested, other than the biopesticides, are necessarily a new mode of action.
Okay.
Adriana, we have a cue from Eric Manuel Castaneda. Lay.
Go
Eric,
ahead, Eric.
Yes, good morning. I agree with Veronica since avocado, cocoa, and pineapple are very important fruits in Latin America, and the solutions for example, for pineapple, for example, may be effective also for Phytophthora in avocado and cocoa.
Yes.
And they may be merged in one group. That's all.
Well, avocado and pineapple, yes, they are in the same group. They are crop representatives, which is important. And cocoa is in a different group by itself, I think. But we can increase the ranking of cocoa Phytophthora if everybody agrees.
Agree.
I think along with these discussions, I think there needs to be some discussion on why you're moving them, not just because they're the same disease, but because of you need to state what your justification is for the movement. I'm not opposed to any of the movements. Just if you could please state your justification for the cacao movement.
Well, in the cacao, one of the solutions was oxathiapiperlin. And there are...
That's an existing project, though.
Yeah, there is an existing project, but the funding already finished and is in the middle of trials in Colombia. And because of COVID, well, it hasn't continued, but it will need some funding to be finished. And now Syngenta has projects to finish, to do some trials in Ivory Coast, but the Colombian project will need to be finished.
So Carmen, too, you have a comment that you'd like to make or a question?
It's about the mango anthracnose. If I followed well the information you are talking about, no new mode of action, and I wasn't sure if picoxystrobin was considered for that merit analysis.
Yes, it was included. Thank you, Carmen. It was included, and actually, that's one of the merit analysis that gave us enough points to have this the highest of all. So yes, right. It was included, and yeah, yes, we have it in the merit analysis. That's the answer.
Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It even has Codex MRLs in progress.
Okay. Yes, we have it, and it's in the merit analysis, and actually there are countries interested in participating. But let's see what we can say about it. Craig has a question.
More a comment, Craig from Syngenta.
Yes.
Going back to cocoa in Colombia, I believe that project is continuing. My information is about 5 or 6 weeks old, but I believe that work in Colombia is continuing in parallel with work that we are doing in West Africa.
Yes, thank you, Craig. My comment was related to the agreement that IR4 had with AICA that was finished, and already, the funding was already used. And so they were hoping to have 2 more or 3 more trials, and they will need funding to complete those.
Okay.
So let's just list it, Adriana, and then we would talk about that as an opportunity for the foundation to fill the gap.
Thank you.
So we have a cue from Saul.
Thank you.
Saul, go ahead.
Saul.
Yes, Adriana, yeah, thank you. I have some comments on the Spanish group. This is from Juan Barrios, Central American viewers, and he has the support from Argentina also. He requests to consider to move higher the option of banana and also the coffee. Due to the sensitive issues that both crops has in the exportation market from Central America and South America.
We will need the support from registrants to do studies in other countries. But yes, I agree. It's a very limited test, and we will need to have some residue studies. But that's the number 12 only. Yeah. I will agree to have it to increase the ranking.
Especially when we hear about the support that we have from Ivory Coast and the banana.
Could you repeat that?
Then maybe we have to put in consideration the Ivory Coast also offer.
Yeah, no, I was talking about coffee. You mentioned coffee and banana.
Okay.
There was I have a question for Argentina about Indoxacarb. You mentioned in the merit analysis, and this is related to the coffee combination, coffee and beetle. You mentioned that Indoxacarb was listed, blacklisted. Well, I'm sorry to say that word. It was listed in the European Union as not continuing in the future or something. Could you please elaborate on that, Carla, that you mentioned, since it's also listed in the coffee combination. So could you please let us know what is going on with that?
She indicates that the next year, Indoxacarb will be reviewed from the European Union.
Does anybody have information in that? Because that's the solution that the coffee beetle combination is presenting, and if it has problems, so does anybody have information in Indoxacarb being listed in the European Union?
I'll give a comment on what Indoxacarb.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, Indoxacarb, the approval expires on the 31st of October this year for Indoxacarb.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Did anybody?
I said that the approval for Indoxacarb will expire this year on the 31st of October. That's probably what the lady meant.
Okay, so, but that was okay.
Adriana, we have a cue from Lucy Namu from Kenya.
Go ahead, Lucy.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for us. I'm looking at the ranking that we have for aubergine. Aubergine is one that was presented and represent requests from several colleagues. I wonder whether we could keep that at a higher ranking than it already is, and also consider how we could keep coffee, because coffee is one of those that was also a priority for the East Africa region, which is 6 countries now. Just to explore a way of, keeping it.
So you say, Lucy, you said coffee, and which one? What's the other one?
Aubergine and Fritz farming. Aubergine and Fritz farming.
Okay. Well, in the case of coffee, actually, the merit solution only gave us indoxacarb, and if it's gonna be in the list that expires in 31st, I will say it's not a good solution, but that was the solution that gave us the merit analysis. But yes, we all know this is a very important crop for the region, for tropical region. This is a very limited pest, but this is what we got from the merit analysis. So I will guess we will have to keep looking for a different solution. So I know it's a high ranking priority, but the solution don't appear to be good to me. I don't know what you say, what you think.
We have
yeah.
Excuse me, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say there is a question from Alan.
Yeah, we also had a question before that from Edward Lehman.
Okay.
Edward?
Yeah, thank you. Just a quick comment on the aubergine and thrips. As Lucy mentioned, there is also, I think, a high interest from different sectors, because it's becoming sometimes a trade barriers between the different countries and the EU, where you have a lot of interception these days. So I think it's an important crop pest combination. And I wanted also to add one more question, which was more related to the organization, and maybe it goes to Michael. What do you mean by champion? Does someone from a PPP manufacturer can be a champion for a project, or it should be someone else? Because have been attributed the place of the champion. So I just wanted to know what do you mean by champion in this case? Thank you very much.
Yeah, the champion should not be the company. The champion should be somebody, preferably from the public sector, or some like, for instance, a government representative that's going to kind of make sure that this happens and keeps active and helps to promote the effort, and make sure that everybody else who is committed to it actually does what they have committed to, and assisting in the process.
Okay, thanks, Michael. In that case, yeah, we'll be happy to at least support the project, or if it's not us, we will just link you to the right person.
Yeah, I would consider your organization as a potential champion.
So that we'll have to change in your merit analysis, Edward.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Right? Okay, good, yeah. Thank you. So somebody has a comment. Lucy?
We had a cue from Alan
I'm
Norden.
sorry, yes, you're right. Alan?
Alan, you might be on mute.
I don't see him on the call list anymore. He might have signed off.
Okay. So Lucy had a comment?
Yes, thank you. Now that the solution that we have for coffee seems to be an elusive one, we might explore something else probably later on. I was hoping to hear from Corteva. Sulfoxaflor had been one that had been expressed as an interest for registration for the region by your regional office in South Africa. However, I leave that probably for you to explore. I think comeback comment on aubergine. It would be very useful. Indeed, there has been some countries experiencing high notifications into border rejections due to presence of Eclipse palming, and it would give a good, at least, opportunity for those countries to explore a systems approach to improving production of aubergine if it would be considered. Thank you.
Thanks, Lucy. So about coffee, yes, Cortiva got back to us, but they have no solution available right now for peeling coffee, sadly. So we explore in several companies, but only got the information from Indoxacar. So should we look at the ranking again? So do we agree the mango and Tragnos to be third? To move from second to third? Everybody agree with that? And aubergine fourth, or do you want to exchange, or do you recommend to third aubergine and fourth mango, or what do you think? I don't think that will make a big difference, right? Okay. And the tomato, it goes from 4 to 5. The big change is this is Bactropsera cerathitis fruit flies in mango that will go from 1st to 6th. Does everybody agree with this?
Adriana, I wanted to let you know that Alan Norden is back. And Alan, if you're able to hear me, you can go ahead and ask a question or comment.
Yeah, I can. Thanks, Warren. Thanks, Adriana. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yep. My question was sort of a comment as well. So at lines 10 and 11 on your Excel spreadsheet there, where you got banana and mango, for banana for Cosmopolites and mango for Xanthomonas, I just noticed in the merit analysis papers that were put up on the website, and that maybe it's a question to yourself, Adriana, and also Daniel and Carla, was that those two were actually identified as having no crop pest solution existing at the moment. And they were the only two within this whole group that didn't actually have a pest solution. And I do notice that they, even though they've only got 3 possible solutions, it's obviously because they're a difficult situation that they're dealing with. But if you do then look at the score that they actually get at 31 and 27, they do compare quite well in terms of an average of, say, 10 or 9 compared to some of the other ones that, you know, might have 9 or 7 or 9 solutions up the top, where they also rank out at an average as well. So I think I'd be interested in knowing, out of those potential 3 solutions for the banana and the mango, how strong they are.
Could you repeat the last thing you said?
Out of the 3 solutions that are posted for each of the banana and mango, obviously they're different solutions, but how strong they are in terms of, again, because it looks like those 2 in the list actually don't have any current solutions available to them. They were the only 2 in the whole merit analysis that didn't have a solution.
Yeah.
And I wonder, on that basis, would they then actually get more consideration?
Yeah, actually, Carla was mentioning, yes. She said that exactly, that they should be higher. We haven't paid attention to that. She said that it should. Actually, there is few solutions, but according to me, or one solution, but it was a very toxic component. I don't remember which one it is, but she said because of that it should go higher. And the Xanthomonas, you know, I would like to see at least one of the solution tested for efficacy. The other one are a bit too early, and it was because we found people, scientists trying new biologicals. But I will say Xanthomonas, it's okay where it is, because I should be defending it, I know, but they're not really big products to test, just one. The other one was just very preliminary. We still included just to have something, but I will say Santa Mona's is fine. I mean, I don't think that will make a big difference because it will be only one efficacy trial. I don't know at the end if it will change the fate of everything, but I would say Santa Mona's is right where it is. But I agree with you. Banana should be higher. She said, Carla saying that carbofuran is the only option right now, and it's very toxic, of course.
Adriana, this is Jerry Barron, and we're actually scheduled to end this session now, and we're going to give 9 more minutes, so we have a hard stop at 45 minutes after the hour. So,
thank you. So, Carla, did you see this option that Craig is saying from Syngenta? Did you consider that? Okay.
Sorry, we have risk analysis about neonicotinoids because the neonicotinoids are discussing in this moment in Europe. Banana is an export crop. The solutions are very limited because there aren't a lot of solutions with this pest crop combination.
Adriana, we have a comment from Magda Gonzalez. General comment from Costa Rica. Are some of the proposed solutions included in the merit analysis going to be revised? Some of them are old technologies and others are restricted or not authorized in some countries. How are we going to decide on which solutions are going to be used for each crop?
I will leave it to Michael or Dirk to respond this.
Okay, I do have a comment related to some of the discussion regarding the banana weevils and the mango xanthomonas. I am sympathetic to the situation with not having current solutions. This is just a general comment. I've looked over the potential solutions for banana weevils, and I think they're relatively strong solutions. The mango xanthomonas, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was, I'm sorry, there was another question that you were posing, Adriana.
That was that Magda is asking from Costa Rica. She says she's asking if that some technologies proposed in a merit analysis in general. I'm not talking about any specific merit analysis. She's saying that there are some old technologies or other are restricted or not authorized in some countries. So at the end, how are we going to decide which solutions are going to be used in each crop? That's her question.
The main thing is the overlap between what a registrant will be willing to support and country interest. That's probably the number one. Uniformity of a gap. In other words, if there's a uniformity, a gap for the solution across multiple countries, that makes it a lot easier. There are a number of things, but we do go through a much deeper analysis when we consider which solution we're gonna be able to have and how it impacts the most number of countries, the best solution as far as the target pest, and the least number of hurdles as far as getting the work done.
Okay, thank you. So is everybody looking at the new ranking? Do you have any comments, suggestions, or do you want it to keep it this way or change it? So number 1 will be avocado Phytophthora. Number 2 will be pineapple Phytophthora. Number 3, mango anthracnose. Number 4, eggplant and thrips. Number 5, tomato tuta. 6, fruit flies in mango. 7, weevils in banana. 8, ceratitis in mango. 9, Phytophthora in cocoa. 10, beetles in coffee. And 11th, xanthomonas in mango. You know.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask a direct question. So I noticed a comment from Craig Dunlap. Thiamethoxam will control weevils in bananas. So Craig, is it currently labeled, or would Syngenta support a label for thiamethoxam for control of weevils in banana in Argentina? And or any of the other countries that had interest in that pest?
I don't have the answer at hand, but I can certainly look into it. The comments that others have made about neonicotinoids and MRLs being under threat in Europe is probably a very valid one. So we may need to take that into consideration. But I can certainly come back and look into whether we have it registered and whether we can do that work in those countries.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you. So there is a comment from Im Gerke. What is that related to? My previous message. Oh, those are the products to control weevil in bananas. He's listing it, or she is listing them. Okay, thank you.
So we have a cue from Carmen too. Go ahead, Carmen.
Yes, thank you. Just a brief observation. I tried to put it in the chat, but my internet is kind of on and off. So for the aubergine strips, I just wanted to mention that spinetoram has registration for that particular use in.
Where? Sorry, I didn't hear the last.
In many countries. That's okay. Eggplant. So we have registration on eggplant and MRLs in many countries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Adriana, we probably should start wrapping this up.
Yes, thank you. So what do you think of the end of discussion ranking? Does anybody have a comment? Do you agree with this new ranking, or do you want to change it, or anybody has a comment? If there is no comment, I guess this is the new ranking. I know all of these diseases are very important in our countries. Few solutions, but there are numbers, so at the end.
Adriana, we have one more. We have one more comment from Carmen to you.
Oh, Carmen, yes, go ahead.
Yes, I just remember we had a webinar with coffee producers from Colombia about a week or so ago, and they were saying they only had chlorpyrifos registered for this use, and because of European dropping of MRLs at the default level, they are essentially left with almost no option for substitution of that use. So I just wanted to make a plea, I guess, on their behalf, because it's an urgent need to control, the coffee borer, and they don't have too many chemical options. Actually, only one, I think, and it's not very good.
Yeah, so we would like to hear more from registrants in new products, in new solutions, but it's very important, and I agree. I love coffee. I love my coffee. I'm from Colombia. I would like to be number one, but this is what we came up to. So if you hear of something, or we know the need to control this terrible beetle, but
well, I'm, as you, the few that know me, I'm not, you know, an entomologist whatsoever, but understanding that sulfoxaflor could control that pest, but I don't think we have the data supporting it. So it's a, if you want to follow up, we follow that.
Thank you. Have that in mind. So I guess we get several comments in the chat saying that they agree with the ranking. So I guess we'll leave it here if we don't hear more. Thanks, everybody. This was a very active group, very interesting. We learned a lot. And I guess with this, we will finish this tropical group discussion. Thanks, everybody.